also you're in the Harry Potter saga since the beginning. So how do you see the evolution of the movies?
Well, since the beginning, I mean, since the first movie, we've all got a lot older, but we've all got a lot wiser, I think, and we're still enjoying it just as much as we did the first time round. The premieres have got bigger, the budgets have got bigger, our egos have got bigger, but you know, we're still having fun.
And the story is getting darker.
It is, isn't it? I mean, the films have sort of matured along with their characters, and I think that's important, that the films are different each time, and we're not just rehashing what we've done before.
Yeah, I think they're getting slightly more adult in the sense of more watchable, but it's good. It's progression. I think it's the films are evolving each one into a new thing, which is good.
And are you prepared to be a Death Eater in the number 6?
Oh, you're asking too many questions now. Yeah. I don't know. We shall have to see.
It is getting more dark and more complex, and I suppose it's investigating adolescence in a way that couldn't have been anticipated at the beginning. It's definitely changed. It's certainly stopped being just comic, which we thought we were at the beginning, and we've become all taking it much more seriously, I think.
Well, he's an adolescent. Adolescents very often are angry and suffer. They're confused, they're angry, but he also is suffering, I think, from post-traumatic stress syndrome. He's watched a friend of his die at the end of the previous term. He's had nobody who can relate to that experience to discuss it with, to help him through it. He has normal adolescent anxiety, and then he finds that people don't believe him, that his friends are ignoring him, he thinks, and that Dumbledore isn't speaking to him. It's an awful lot for a boy to put up with.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Fine.
Excellent.
So what can you tell us about the evolution of Harry? We feel anger, loneliness, a lot of things in this movie.
Yeah, there is a lot of loneliness and a lot of anger, as you say. I mean, I think he's the most complete character we've seen in this film. He's incredibly in a lot of pain and incredibly angry, and equally he emerges as a fantastic leader. And so, yeah, no, I think people really respond to him in this film. I've just spat all over you. I'm very sorry. I must apologise.
No problem. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah, I think he's a lot more grown up now, and I mean, in the last one he was a bit more all over the place with girls and falling out with Harry. But this time it's a lot more focused, and he's a much better friend, I think. So it's good.
She's the rebel. It's really cool.
How was it to play that?
Liberating. It's fantastic.
After all these years of Hermione, very serious and everything.
She's still quite serious, but it was nice to show a different side to her character, definitely.
And the saga is becoming more and more adult and more dark, like in the books, in fact.
This film definitely stays faithful to the essence of the book, and that was that it's a lot darker, a lot scarier, a lot more intense, and it's good.
In this one, there is space for maybe even for others.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I remember reading the book and seeing them go fight at the end. The 6 of them was just incredible. I just thought it was such a great idea to have them all fighting, and I just love it. The idea that Neville really evolves so much, and he becomes sort of a freedom fighter that just wants to go do the right thing. And I never expected it. And I think I've not actually seen the film, but from filming it, it seems that they got a great sort of evolution throughout the film. It's obviously, he don't just change like that. You can see him slightly working harder and wanting to do his best, and then he comes to it at the end. And I think I can't wait to see it. I really can't.
So Luna is one of the favorite characters of all the fans. So how did you approach this character?
Well, I've been reading the books for ages, and I just always felt I understood her. You know, I'm not exactly like her, and people say, "Oh, you're Luna," but I really understand her, and I try to explore anything in the book, just how I try to think how she would think, and yeah.
And last year you were unknown, and today you are in this friendly Harry Potter film. How do you feel?
It just feels unnatural, you know. Like I have this impulse to jump behind the barrier and start screaming, Daniel, but yeah, it's great. It's really exciting.
It's a very complex relationship. I mean, I think she does like Harry, but at the same time she's still mourning over Cedric, and so, you know, and they both know that, so it's difficult for them to kind of strike up any sort of relationship or take it any further. But no, it's very sweet while it lasts, definitely. But it was ill-fated, and everyone knew that he was going to end up with Ginny, which I'm really pleased about because I love Bonnie.
I think people hate him because they don't. I think he's a misunderstood genius. But I would say that, wouldn't I? Well, I thank them for their support, and I gather in France he's called Roussard. In English he's called Filch, of course, but in the French books he's Roussard. And I do receive letters from people all over, including France, and I want to thank them very much for supporting the films and being so positive about them. And it's I just like to say hello.
I get sad sometimes that I'm so hated, but it's been a great privilege to be part of it. It's great fun, and it takes 2 weeks of the year. Otherwise, I go to Paris and do plays. But otherwise, it's been great fun.
It was a very hard character to get, and I think you're perfect in the part. So how did you approach?
Well, thank you. It was hard, actually. It was more of a challenge than I thought, because she's so silly on the surface and has to be very real underneath. And and thankfully David Yates, our brilliant director, really made sure I was going down the right line.
And do you realise how terrifying you are?
No, I don't. I haven't seen the film.
Really
oh, okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, I've done my job, hopefully.
Yeah, and everyone here hates you.
That's all right by me. I can live with that.
That's your job.
Yes, my job.
And in this movie, we see the good Madame Moody, because in the last
yeah.
one, it was a bad one.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really his fault the last time. Yeah, no, he's good. He's a good guy, Madda. He's a little bit strange, but he's good at heart. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now the next time out.
It's showing obviously the main three, and also like the friends outside. But it's more than friendship really at the school. They're kind of like especially in the Order of the Phénix, they're like a group, and I think you can tell that they are all friends. And as I say, it's not just about Harry, Ron and Hermione this time. It's a lot of other characters involved.
And what do you expect for the twins in episode 6?
I think it would be good filming with the sweet shop, or the joke shop, should I say. I mean, there's in this film, there's quite a few of the jokes flying around, like the puking pasties and everything like that. So it'll be good to see a lot of that in use, won't it? And actually being sold over the counter. So that'll be good fun.
Number 6. We start filming in September, the end of September.
For release in November
of 2008.
Yeah.
With David Yates directing again.
Okay. So see you there.
Yeah, look forward to it.
It's all just heading towards somewhere we're not really sure where it's headed to, which is the great thing, because the next book hasn't come out yet, so nobody knows. So we're not as much in the dark about where it's all leading as the next person, so it's fantastic for that.
Harry Potter et l'Ordre du Phénix.